questions.
I'm just so thrilled for my kids. We've been together 21 months now, and they have believed in us since the day we got here. And, we talk about that 2-1-0 triangle toughness culture all the time. And I know I might seem like I'm a little cocky. I'm really not. I know everybody gets tired of that 2-1-0 triangle toughness and the brand and all that, but we really believe it. We know we're going to show up. We're not guaranteeing wins. We've never done that since I've been here. We're not talking about that, but we do know we're going to show up, right? And so I'm happy for my kids. But one thing I really want to stress is the crowd here was so fantastic tonight. It was so hard in that student section, their band. It was a home field crowd. When we get back next week, the Alamo Dome's got to be rocking. We've got a great football team. We've got some great local kids that are good humans, and we need that Alamo Dome full so those kids can see how much San Antonio loves their players.
JJ, go ahead.
Jeff, you guys lead wire to wire in this game. How did you pull this one out in the end?
We believed we were going to win. We thought we had the best team. No, we didn't know Mekhi Hart was going to get hurt in practice. We didn't know Maka was going to get hurt. We had to shuffle our lineup around. It was crazy. If you talk about two kids we could not lose and still win the game, I would have said those two kids. But how about Kevin Davis jumping in there at center? Has not done it hardly at all. We've lost our first string, second string, third string, and fourth string center now. And Kevin just jumps right in there. And we're deep, but we're not that deep. No one is that deep, right? And then Mekhi Hart at right tackle goes out, and old Sip comes back, for that super senior year. And man, he played great at right tackle. So many kids played. And we're so much deeper. We were ready in the fourth quarter this time. If we need to go to overtime, we're going to go to overtime. We could have kept playing with them. But that was a really good football team we beat tonight, and a really, really great home crowd.
Don, go ahead, and then we'll go to Greg Luca.
Hey, Jeff, congratulations. Hey, this is obviously going to be played up in the media as a big upset. Can you tell us why maybe the least surprised guys in the world are in your locker room, and why in many ways they expected this to happen?
We just don't talk about winning and losing. We're very, very committed to what our brand is about. We're very committed to that. We want to be the most physical defense tonight, and we were. Now, we didn't get any turnovers, and we're sick about that. We dropped probably 5 interceptions. We had balls on the ground we didn't come up with, but we hit. We freaking hit on defense, right? We know we're going to run. We don't just mean our running back's going to run the ball. Our wide receiver's going to run. Tonight, Zachary Franklin, I bet he had 100 yards after the catch. Josh Cephas after the catch. We really worked hard with Ryan Filo on getting stronger and breaking tackles. And then our special teams. Even though we couldn't kick it between the lines tonight, we kicked it between the uprights, right? And our punter's really, really good. And we'll get that kickoff team fixed. I was just as frustrated as you guys were.
Greg Luca, go ahead.
Jeff, you told me on Monday you wouldn't answer this question until we were sitting here in this moment now, but here we are. So what does it mean for your program to have knocked off a Power 5 opponent on the road in your opener like this?
I hope it speaks to the city of San Antonio is what I'm really praying. I'm praying that they really see we're doing it right. We've committed a $41 million building. We've got one of the greatest facilities to play in the country in the Alamo Dome. We have a great university, and we've got a great city. And we're located in the great state of Texas, where the best high school football coaches are and the best high school football players are. There is no reason we are not competitive every single week, no matter who we play. We're very committed to this. This is not going to be an overnight fix. We still got a lot of things to fix, but we're a whole lot closer today, Greg, than we were yesterday.
We'll go to Ryder Martin and then Stephen Whitaker. Go ahead, Ryder.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. So it felt like for those first 3 quarters, you guys were almost kind of struggling to really punch through in the run game. Felt like you were facing a lot of fronts that were kind of stuffing you in the backfield. And then start of that fourth quarter, they come out, they respond to your touchdown. They bring it back within 3. You guys get the ball with 10 minutes left. Then you go 10 plays, 75 yards, 9 run plays called. What was your message to those guys on the sideline heading out onto that drive, killing 5 minutes of clock and really putting the game in control for you guys to set yourselves up for the end there? It's
just who we are. There's a lot of times early in the game, I'm sure y'all are all banging y'all's head. We're pounding that thing up in there so many times. But you got to keep chipping away. You just got to keep taking their will from them. It's what we're about. I mean, that's who we are. We're very committed to running the ball down your throat and then throwing the thing over your head. We're going to play football that way. We're committed to it. And my kids, let's don't get this twisted. This has nothing to do with Coach Traylor. This is all about our players. Our players are the ones getting that done. It's a players' game. They're the ones that buy into it, and they're the ones that get it done.
Thank you, Coach.
We'll go to Stephen Whitaker and then back to JJ.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. You had a big night from Zachary Franklin. What did he do tonight Or what did y'all say to him that really got him going?
It's just who the kid's turned into. He practices his tail off every day. He really wanted that number 4. He was very committed to getting voted into that thing. So he's changed his life. I mean, he works his tail off every day. He's selfless now. I had him speak to the team on being selfless this week. That was his mantra this week. I told him I'd do all the smack talking for him, and I did. I talked on the sideline. I told the officials, I told Illinois they couldn't cover him. They had nobody that could cover him, just to shut him up and let him go play football. And he went and shut up and played football, and he's a heck of a player. His run after catch is fantastic. His body's finally in shape. He's actually got muscles now. He's always been a natural ball catcher. He's a great player from Cedar Hill. There's tons of great players, but Ryan's finally got him strong because he's bought into the weight room and the triangle, to be honest with you. He's bought into the triangle because of his culture.
What does it do for you guys to have him and Cephas both? I mean, they both seem to be clicking tonight. What does that do for y'all going forward?
How about JT making that catch on that sideline that fourth quarter? We knew they were going to overcommit, and they were tired of Cephas. They were tired of Franklin, and we knew he was going to show up. So proud of JT. I mean, I know you asked me about Josh, but we all know about Josh, but JT's going to come on. He just works too hard, too big of a frame out there. We're going to keep using him down the field.
Okay, 3 more questions. JJ, then Greg, then Don.
Jeff, this is gonna be considered probably the biggest win in program history. How does that catapult you guys forward into the rest of the season?
You know, it's the way it was done. I think Coach Beelan was a really, really good football coach. They had 21 super seniors. They beat a really good Nebraska team. They had a rocking environment here tonight. This was not an easy win. This was very, very tough. And our kids to come in here and do that, how many times the momentum swung, their band went crazy, their crowd went crazy, and our kids just went, here we come again. And we just never blinked. That's what made it so special, JJ. It's great because it's Big Ten. It's great because it's national TV. It's great because we were underdogs. That's all fun. But the best part is how it was done. They were really good coaches. You know, he coached in the National Football League. He's won 3 Big Ten championships. He went to 3 bowl games at Arkansas. And they're very, very well coached. And our kids just didn't blink.
Joel, Greg, and then Don Harris can wrap us up. Go ahead, Greg.
Jeff, after the last pass falls incomplete, the players are going crazy on the sideline, but you looked pretty straight-faced, almost stoic after the game. What was kind of going through your head in those moments right after the final buzzer?
You know, I try to always be that way, Greg. I really do. I want my kids to know that no matter what, I'm going to love them unconditionally. It doesn't matter if we went to overtime. It didn't matter what happened. I try to be that guy for those kids every day. I don't want them to ever see me too high, too low. I know I get emotional. I lose my temper at times. But I try my best to be, when those kids look at me on that sideline, I want them to know their biggest fan is their coach. We do all of our work during the week. We work our tails off every single day. It's supposed to be fun on Saturdays, man. This is supposed to be fun. And I want my kids to relax and play free. And that, trust me, on my insides, I'm wanting to act an idiot, but I just know it's not the right thing to do.
Hey, Jeff, I got a 2-parter for you. One of your big pillars is the physical toughness. And Sincere gets dinged up, comes in and runs the ball 4 plays in a row. Gassed, he comes out. Brennan pops the big one for the big go-ahead score. And then I want you to talk a little bit about that, your depth and your physical toughness. And then the last series, were you thinking we're just going to pound Sincere and be who we are, and I'll trust my punter and my defense?
100%. I'll ask the last question. You're exact. I made a conscious decision that we were going to pound the thing 3 times. They had more people than we did. I was not going to risk it. I was going to let my best player have the football. Now, we do have a beat-up offensive line. That could be questioned. I understand that. They did have more guys in the box, but I wanted to burn all their timeouts. I wanted to let my All-American punter punt the football, and I wanted to see if their quarterback, who was a backup, by the way, which I lived through that last year, could he go down the field throwing the ball, doing a 2-minute drill. And it just paid off the right way. If I don't do it, Don, and I throw it there, right, and we don't get it, well, man, that just stops the clock. They got a timeout left. It's hard to go score with no timeouts left, right? And I understand it's a little conservative. That's not like me. I just thought it was the right thing at that time. As far as your question about Brendan, that's just who he is. I mean, him and Sincere are thicker than thieves, and they're all about each other. They both love each other like brothers. And I don't know if y'all saw Sincere. He was the first one out there to get Brendan Brady, and it couldn't happen to a better kid than Brendan Brady, and I'm so thrilled for him.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach Traylor. We'll bring some student athletes in here next.
Thanks, Jeff.
That Alabama filled up now, boys.